Hey guys, welcome back to another games I bought recently. Now I know it's a bit late, but I just like to say Happy New Year to everyone and Happy Holidays, hope they were good. Now this games I bought recently is a bit inappropriately titled because, to be honest, I haven't bought too many games recently. A lot of these games I received, for like Christmas, and it's been my birthday recently. So I guess I'll just go along and say thank you to the people who bought them for me. Yeah, so let's get started with the big granddaddy of them all, a brand new console. Here we have the Wii U. This is, yeah, so starting off with stuff that my lovely parents bought me, thank you very much. They got me the Wii U. This is a Zombie U bundle, comes with Zombie U and, well, it's the premium, so it's the black Wii U with the 32 gigabytes of memory. And it comes with Zombie U and a classic controller, Pro. I think that's what they're calling them anyway. Yeah, so the Wii U is a really great system. I've been looking forward to it for a while. I couldn't get it at launch, it was a bit expensive. But yeah, so games I'm really looking forward to on this are Pikmin 3 for sure. And yeah, really at the moment it's just Pikmin 3. I'm sure great games will come out for it. I mean, same with the Vita, it was just waiting for good games to come out and I didn't pick any up. But, I'm sure when I get some money I will pick up some games for this. They're actually really expensive. I mean, jumping into the next generation, they've really gone up in price. The games, like, they're selling them for £55 or £60, which I suppose in American terms would be like $80. So, and the regular price for American games is $60. So they've definitely gone up. I mean, I can't imagine what the price is going to be for PS4 and whatever games. But yeah, anyway, so the Wii U is a great console. I'm loving it so far. The controller's really great. I've tried out a bunch of games for it. Don't have too many, but I've tried out a lot, and it's really fun. I mean, it's not like hugely next gen. The graphics are, they're on par now. It's Nintendo catching up, and the online's great. But I'll always stick by Nintendo. I really love them. So Wii U's a great console. So I'm enjoying it so far. Really happy about this Wii U. Great. So first up with games, obviously we have Zombie U, which come with the bundle, the Wii U bundle, and I haven't played too much of this. Not the biggest. I like first-person shooters; they're fun, but they're not my forte, as it is. But this is more of a survival horror game than a shooter game. Definitely, I've been watching my brother play it a bit more than I've actually played it myself. And yeah, you die pretty easily. There's like an online aspect where if other people I think are on your friends list, or just other random people who have played it have died, you can go and pick up their stuff if you kill their zombie. And you can also, if you die, you spawn as a new character and you can go pick up your stuff by killing your own zombie, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so it's the most survival horror we've seen in a while, definitely. More survival horror than the new Resident Evils and stuff like that. So yeah, if you like survival horror, you might like Zombie U. If you're just a big first-person Call of Duty fan, no, this is a bit different from that. You really have to be careful with your ammo, and because you will run out of ammo a lot. One of the problems with this game is that a lot of it is using the cricket bat because you've just run out of ammo, and the zombies will kill you if you do that because they do kind of gather around and kill you. But yeah, it uses the pad quite well. When you go to loot, you look down on the pad and you do stuff in real time, and it doesn't pause it. So it's like actually, like, or I imagine it's like actually going out and looting someone. You don't pause it. You just go and pick up as much as you can, and then leg it before the rest of them get you. So it's fun. I'm definitely going to go back to it and try and finish it because I don't think it's that long. But yeah, it looks good. Some of you. Again, sticking with the stuff that my parents got me, they got me a Wii game. It was Pikmin 2. Now, you really don't know how great Pikmin is until you've played it. That's definitely for sure. It's weird. It's quite funny. Me and my friends, we have this kind of thing where if we rate how good something is, we'll say, "Oh, let's see where it is on the Pikmin 2 scale." Basically, Pikmin 2 is at the top, and then you say how worse it is than Pikmin 2. And if it's like a tiny bit worse than Pikmin 2, then it's amazing. That's how great this game is. It really is a brilliant game. Definitely step up from Pikmin 1. There's more like you don't have a time limit anymore. Don't have a day limit anymore. And there's more Pikmin, like the purple Pikmin and the white Pikmin. A really great variety. Definitely better than what they had. Pikmin 1's great, but this is a lot better. Definitely better than what they had in Pikmin 1. But yeah, you can explore the overworld now, but there's also an underworld, which is kind of like dungeons, and then you just kind of, a little bit like a dungeon crawler-ish kind of thing. You go from floor to floor, and just taking out what you can and collecting the treasures and stuff. Brilliant game, Pikmin 2. Definitely, it really is one of my favourite games of all time. It's just brilliant. It's a great little kind of, it's not really kiddie, it's not adult, and there is some challenge to it, but this one is a lot easier than Pikmin 1, but there still is a lot of challenge to it. Like, if you go and get all your purple Pikmin killed, you have to kind of keep going through older dungeons to get more purple Pikmin. So there's definitely a bit of challenge to it. It's really fun, really brilliant, and the comedy, there's actually comedy in this game. Like, the treasures you collect, like, you pick up an orange, and in the name of it won't be orange, it'll be Citrus Lump. It's just a wacky Nintendo comedy, and they've got stuff like Duracell batteries in this that you can pick up as well. So really fun, really wacky. Shigeru Miyamoto, like, completely all over this game, and it's a brilliant game. If you haven't tried Pikmin, because you really have to try Pikmin to realise just how great it is. So if you haven't played Pikmin, definitely check it out. Brilliant. You could start with Pikmin 2, I guess, but it's a bit rarer. But if you can find Pikmin 2, definitely start with this. It's brilliant. Pikmin 3 on the Wii U is... I'm very much looking forward to it. Another game we have is a bit different to what I normally play. Dance Central 3 on Kinect. Now, I'm quite a varied, gamer. And rhythm games, I love rhythm games. Dancing games, well, they're kind of like rhythm games, so I guess I can get along with them. But yeah, it's kind of funny how I got this. I wasn't going to get it all. I didn't ask for it. My parents got me this, but I didn't really ask for it. My mum walked in one day when I was showing my brother Gangnam Style on Dance Central 3. And we were dancing to it, just sitting on the floor, just dancing to it, just watching the video on YouTube. And then my mum came in and was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing, you need to get that." So she bought it for me, which is it's really funny. She bought it for me for my birthday. It's a kind of funny story. And she also got me Microsoft points so I can get Gangnam Style. And so, well, we played this at my party, and it was a lot of fun. But the thing is, the way it kind of shows the flaws that Kinect has, because it's advertised at like families and younger audiences, I guess. And we played it when there was loads of people in the room, and that is when it gets, like, the Kinect gets in trouble, because it sees loads of people and it goes crazy, doesn't know who to pick up. But that's when families want to play it, when there's loads of people around in the room and they all want to play it together. So it does show the flaws of the Kinect, to be honest. Like, and we tried to play it again when only one at a time, but then kids are there, so they run in the way of the Kinect because they don't understand it. So Microsoft needs to kind of get that sorted out, so it can really be fun. But anyway, talking about the game itself rather than Kinect. It's fun. They try a story mode, which is odd. Dancing games don't need a story mode, and I tried it I tried it on hard because I'm stupid, and it's really hard on hard. So yeah, but really fun. Gangnam Style, brilliant. Gangnam Style is really great. So yeah, fun. Dance Central, Kinect, excellent. And the last thing my parents got me. This isn't really a game. Well, this isn't a game at all, but it's a big thing in the gaming community as of late, and it's a book called Ready Player One. And haven't read this yet, but I hear there's a lot about gaming and just culture from the 80s. So I'm really looking forward to this. It looks good. I know it's not a game, but since it's a big thing in the YouTube gaming community, I thought I'd just show off that. I picked this up, and I'm going to get around to reading it at some point. So thank you, Mummy and Daddy, for my presents, and now on to what my excellent siblings got me. I have 6 brothers and sisters, by the way. Anyway, first off, they got me an old game, Final Fantasy VI. Now, this was the first rendition of Final Fantasy VI we got here in Europe. We didn't get it on the SNES in Final Fantasy III form. This is the first we've known it as. But well, I love Final Fantasy, so since everyone was saying this was one of the best ones, I thought, well, I definitely have to play that. So I've started it, and I've about 3 or 4 hours in. Well, I haven't played too much of it so far, but you can really see where it's two of my favourite Final Fantasies are Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy VII, and you can really see how similar this is to Final Fantasy IV, where it's just kind of improved on what that did. And you can also see where Final Fantasy VII drew the influences from this, and how Final Fantasy VII really is just a 3D version of this. I mean, I played Final Fantasy VIII recently, and that's where it really starts to kind of change a bit more. This one, Final Fantasy VII really sticks to Final Fantasy VI and all the stuff that this brought in. Anyway, this game so far, the story is really awesome at the moment. Like, magic is a forbidden thing, and they find this girl named Terra who can use magic. And Kefka tries to manipulate that, but then her friend Locke tries to save her, and you're trying to build up a like a rebellion, so you go against the Empire. It's really cool so far. The battle system's great, you know, just like Final Fantasy IV. I really haven't seen too much difference between this and Final Fantasy IV at the moment. I suppose that'll be like the summoning, like the Esper system, which I haven't got around to yet. But definitely looking forward to playing this more. Loving it so far, like all the old Final Fantasies, or any Final Fantasy really. So yeah, Final Fantasy VI, excellent. Next, we have the second Vita game that falls into my possession. I got Uncharted at release, and then there's other games I wanted. There's definitely other games I wanted. I just never got around to picking them up. But my brothers and sisters got me Army Core of Hell, which is another launch game. Well, what this is like a sort of like Pikmin kind of game, but it's more of a dungeon crawler. You go from like room to room. You pick a level, you go, and then you explore the rooms, get to the boss, kill the boss, and then take the loot, and then do it all over again. It's really great. The music in this game is definitely what stands out. I mean, I do like my full orchestral classical scores from Final Fantasy and Zelda games, but this has a full death metal soundtrack, and it's just bitching. It's awesome. The gameplay is really good. The graphics are nice. Doesn't really use the Vita. I thought for a launch game you'd figure it used the touchscreens and stuff more, but it doesn't, which is good because usually it'd be quirky like Uncharted. But they didn't do that, which is great. But yeah, really good game. Army Core of Hell. Cheap now, so pick it up. It's fun. And now, I haven't played this game yet, but I also received it from my brothers and sisters, and that's Metroid Other M. I've just had so many games to play recently that I haven't got around to this yet, but I think it looks good. The gameplay definitely looks pretty good, how you hold the Wii remote on the side, and you're still in third person, and then you point at the TV, it turns to first person. I'm a big fan of Metroid. I played most of the Metroid games, and I heard that the bad thing about this game was the story, so well, you know, and the voice acting, but well, I'm interested to see what she does with Adam, because I remember in Metroid Fusion she had this really cool relationship with Adam. I hear that it's done weirdly in this game. So, I don't know, I'm really looking forward to playing this for the gameplay and everything. I really hope the story doesn't turn me off of the character Samus, because she's cool. So a big thank you to my brothers and sisters for those presents. They were excellent, thank you very much. And now, we move on to what my lovely Nan got me. Looking forward to this game for a very long time. She's got me PlayStation AllStars, and you get the cool Sackboy slip cover for pre-ordering it, and then you get the extra cover here. So yeah, I'm really loving this game so far. Super Smash Bros. Brawl is one of my favourite games of all time, and when they announced this I was like, well, everyone spoke about something that could happen. Like, imagine if Sony did their take on Brawl, and it was like, yeah, but they wouldn't do that. Then they went and did it, and then we get PlayStation All-Stars. This is a really great game. It's similar enough to Brawl that you'll like it if you like Brawl, but it's different enough so it's not an exact clone. It's obviously completely influenced and kind of a rip-off, but they do enough to deviate from Brawl that it's not a total rip-off, which is great. So the way this game kind of works is it's very similar to Brawl, except the rules are different. Instead, you don't kill people by hitting them off the stage. Instead, you have to build up an AP bar, and the best way to build it up is using combos. And you can clearly see where the Street Fighter battle designer guy who was put into this game has had an influence. You have to build up you use combos to build up your AP bar, so then you get supers, and the only way to kill people is using supers. And you can get level 1, 2 or 3 super, and then each one becomes progressively better. You can kill more people. Now usually the level 3 super, like it will either kill all 3 at once, or it will allow you to kill more than 3, like you kill all 3 and then they spawn, but then that's harder. You don't definitely kill all 3 at once. It's more riskier. Different characters have different supers, and that's kind of how it works. Yeah, one thing I'm not loving about this game is that it doesn't have content. The amount of content, the unlockables, and just the amount of stages and the custom stages and stuff that Brawl had. Well, not even Brawl, like Melee. I mean, the best thing about those games is just all the stuff you can unlock, and in this it's all available from the start. You don't get as much progression as you do in something like Smash Bros. Brawl or any Smash Bros. Game. What I would have liked to see in this game was like an adventure mode like Brawl, because I really like the Brawl one, and then because Sony, they do voice acting and stuff, so it would have been a lot better to just see all the characters come together and actually have conversations and see how they mix each other's worlds in, which you couldn't have done in Brawl. You can do in this, but they didn't do that. They kind of did an arcadey mode where only you don't even get, it's not cutscenes, it's just pictures, and then but they got the original voice actors, which is brilliant, or most of the original. Yeah, most of the original, for like PS2 or PS3 onwards, they got the original voice actors. Not really from PS1, but yeah, you get little, they're not cutscenes, they're just pictures, and then you get voiceovers from the characters, but they get to meet other characters from the same games, which is really cool. But it would have been nice to see full cutscenes. The only full cutscene you get in the arcade mode is when they meet one of the other characters. That's kind of cool. I really liked like how Hayachi from Tekken meets Toro, and then the Sony cat from Japan. Anyway, the cat can't talk, so it's all in subtitles, and then Hayachi can only speak Japanese, so it's all in subtitles. It was pretty funny. I like that how they kind of mix it with that. Yeah, and honestly, the one area where this stands out from Brawl is the online mode, which is really awesome. It's a cool kind of tournament ranking system, which I don't understand fully at the moment, but it's fun playing online in this game. It's really fun. So yeah, this is a really good game. A lot of PlayStation love has gone into this. You see loads of stuff from like other characters just coming in as their moves and stuff, and they've clearly put a lot of love into this game. Unfortunately, it just doesn't have the content that Smash Bros has, so you won't be playing it for as long, or I won't be at least. But it's good, definitely good. It's not a rip-off. So if you liked Brawl, or if you just like Sony and you love seeing the characters come and mash each other up, then yeah, check out PlayStation AllStars. It's really great. And she also got me Zelda Spirit Tracks, which I haven't played much of yet, but I played Phantom Hourglass to completion, and I really loved it. So I definitely reckon I'm going to love this game as well. It looks the same, but with trains, so can't be bad. Now I'll move on to my friends James and Stephanie. Got me Pandora's Tower, the limited edition, which is brilliant because I've got Xenoblade Chronicles and now I've got Pandora's Tower. Now all I need to get is Last Story, and then I'll have all the Operation Rainfall games. I'll do a quick unboxing of the limited edition that we get here in Europe. Obviously America doesn't have this game yet. First off we have the lovely art book. It's got some brilliant art in from the game. The graphics in this game are actually really good. Yeah, some of the best graphics I've seen on the Wii, definitely. And then we also have the steelbook that you got with the collector's edition. It's got some nice art inside. Pretty neat. So I'd describe this game more as an adventure game, to be honest, more like kind of Zelda, Castlevania type game than an RPG. It has RPG elements, like you level up your chain and stuff. You actually have a chain in this, which really reminds me of Castlevania. But I haven't played this too much. I've only played the first tower, but it's really good so far. Not as good as Xenoblade, and I haven't played Last Story, so I can't really say. But Pandora's Tower is really great, so it'd be great if you Americans can get it, because from what I've played, it's awesome. And really liking it so far, so thank you very much, James and Stephanie.